Go. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning.
How's everybody today?
Doing fine.
We're fine.
Sorry, I made Mags have a fit there.
Yeah, because I was trying to trick you. Because we all dance and carry on in the background, and as soon as the music stops, I go still.
Mm. Oh, I like to keep going.
Greg's still dancing.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Kiki.
Yep, Kiki's here to
Kiki's here.
join in on the fun. Let's see who else is here besides Kiki and us. So we have Brian and Betsy. I haven't seen Betsy in a hot minute. Janine, Tommy, Chris, and my mom is here.
Joanna.
That's it so far. Is there anybody else? Let us know. You know, there's a little bit of a lag.
Kiki's tail, yes.
Yes, her tail. That's like a Swiffer. It collects everything.
Yeah.
Hello, Aaron. Aaron Hanlon. I feel like I've seen your face here before. Well, not really your face, but your name.
Chris. Really?
So she's adjusting herself.
It's going to be one of those days.
She needs a minute.
It's gonna be a boa.
Yeah.
Boa.
I don't know what she's doing. She's in a weird position right now. So
Really?
So
We didn't notice that your cat was in a weird place.
her foot. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, there she goes.
Does that hurt?
Huh?
Did that hurt?
No.
No.
She's usually pretty cautious of her nails, so. I heard we have a whole bunch of fun stuff today lined up. We have some questions and some answers, and then
I'm sorry, but there is no fun today. There is no fun.
Okay. Well, I guess if there's no fun, I'm leaving.
Oh no.
Oh, then the fun would leave.
Yeah.
The fun
guess I'll
has
stay
left the building.
Mm.
Hello, Susie Carta. Hello.
Let's see. Somebody said it was 49 degrees in Middle Tennessee, I believe. Somebody up there. What's your weather like, Greg?
3 degrees. It's above zero.
It's above zero.
Above 0 Celsius. So yes, it's not freezing anymore. It's raining. We got a little wet on our morning walk, Finnegan and I. So
I've got 2 degrees Celsius, and it is raining here, and I just want to go crawl back in bed with a book.
yes, that's what today is like. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about books. What's your weather today? Looks.
It's raining out here too.
Oh,
It's like 60 degrees. It been stormy. Very stormy.
Yeah. Yeah. Talking about books, before we started recording, I just mentioned I'd finished all of the Nathan Goodwin books, and so I need a recommendation for another genealogy writer that I can dive into. So anyone in the chat,
Richard Hill's book, and there was a really good one out this week that was American Bay or this summer. I've got a whole bunch. I'll take a picture of my bookshelf and post it on my Facebook page.
There you go.
there we go.
Mags has all the books, and if anybody else has any suggestions,
I could give you some research books like my
hard reading, Greg.
I could give you a Templeton book or two. They're pretty heavy. You know what? We have a great question of the week this week, and it had
What is the question?
7 pages of replies. Let me get over to that.
Right. Oh, yes. I remember what the question of the week is now because of a certain day that was.
Yeah, this week. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Middle of the week.
What?
I see a fox out my window right now, and I'm really excited.
Really? You're
red fox.
You're gonna take a picture. She's taking a picture.
Yes, I am. Look.
That is so cool. Maybe that's why Kiki was being weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. He just popped up. Look at him. Okay, I'm sorry, Max. Go ahead.
No, please. You should turn your camera around.
Let me see if I can actually try. I think it would be difficult. Hold on.
Okay.
Can you guys see him?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, we just scared him away.
Yeah, I think he actually looked directly at the window.
Wow.
How fun was that? Wildlife
Very
on the
cool.
Saturday live cast.
There you go. You're
All right,
welcome.
so
I bring the animals.
here we go. Let me make it bigger. Oh, so do you have Irish roots? Greg, I don't even need to ask you.
No, I do. Yeah.
What about you, Sarah?
I do not actually.
None.
Maybe like a smidge, but
Smidge?
not really.
That Smidge sounds like an Irish name.
Smidge. Oh, Smidge.
Smidge. Jane Goodall's Book of Hope. There you go.
Oh, okay.
So do you have Irish roots? There were 7 pages of answers.
Oh.
Lots of, can you believe the very first one on the Facebook page has a name, Rebecca O'Kane.
Oh.
How Irish is that, from Janine Quall?
That's great.
Yes, 2 different ways. My maternal gran was born in Belfast. Scottish names and religion, obviously at some point planters. That's not true, because I have Templetons that are DNA connected to the O'Neills, so they're very Irish, and they had Scottish name and planters. They aren't planters. McCluskey, yeah. John Walker says, yep, all convicts sent to Australia. McCluskey's. Oh, look
at you.
Look,
you made it.
And I have a coffee cup. How apropos.
Yeah.
I'm from
Appalachia. You're a conversation starter.
Yeah, I'm from Appalachia. Of course there's some Irish in me. I'm even supposed to have Scots. Even my supposed Scots has Irish DNA. So what I was just saying. Thank you very much, Mags, for clearing that up for me. Multiple people. Lloyd, how do you pronounce his name?
Lloyd
Felitzer?
So
Lloyd
Felitzer.
Yeah. Ancestors worked to live in almost every country in the Caribbean. Pan-Irish. There you go. But he gets very low Irish DNA results. Sue K, quite a lot. Quite a few from Bob Wilson, and he even has a WikiTree map for us to see if we want to see it. That's his. Let me go back to where I was. Fidelia Alice Morris Lowe. Sharon Haynes. I'm going to switch over to there's so many to go through. Question of the week. I tried to grab some good one. Yes, on my mother's side of the family, my mother's maternal side of the family, as far as I know, they were from County Cavan and immigrated to the United States in the 1800s. I think I have other Irish ancestor, different parts of Ireland that go further back, but I really have rather diverse origins information. That's from Mary Leachman. So I just went through and I picked a couple. Marion Cerruti, according to the results of the DNA analysis, I have Irish ancestors. However, none have been identified genealogically. That was kind of the one of the running themes is, yeah, I think so, or yeah, my DNA, but I don't have anything genealogically. Let's see. Janine, is Janine here today?
Yeah, she is actually.
Janine Eiselman says, my ancestry DNA result says that I'm 7% Irish. I do have documented ancestors who were from Ireland, thank goodness. That's John K. Knowles and James Hasty. Several more, but those 2 are documented more than the rest. Cool, Janine. Let's see. I think I have John Tyner. We have to talk about John today.
Yeah. John here yet?
He's from Ireland, after all.
If John comes in late, tell him he has to go back and watch it. Well, being from Ireland, yes. My dad's family are from Dunmanway in Cork. Surnames are Tyner Good. Yes, it's a surname. Shorten Bradfield Rice. My dad's mom's side are from Wicklow and Carlow with surnames Sean or Shane, Haskins, Astleford, Hopkins, and Kersey. My mom's father was an Air Commodore Walter Howard Hutton, CBE. There you go. And what is he saying? Yes.
Oh, sorry.
I'm married in Italian with my Irish side, both Massachusetts and Nova Scotia. Thank you so much.
And then Aaron said his great third great-grandmother was Irish.
Yay.
Nice.
A lot of people wanted to just list their surnames too.
Interesting.
And Brian has, I'm not going to show Brian's video today, but it's up if you want to see it. Check out the G2G feed. Carol Baldwin says, I'm St. Patrick's 47th great grandniece. So yeah, so that was one of the connections for this week was Irish saints. So we could do that. And I've forgotten who it was. Somebody pulled up the Ancestor Explorer app in their answer and said, looking at the Explorer app, I can see tons. And so there you go. You can see all of my Ancestor Explorer. There's lots and lots of them up here. And it puts a bunch. So if there's a bunch of people from Donegal, it puts them all in one place there. Lots of people from Northern Ireland. You see my Templetons. Those are the ones that are Irish that are supposed to be Scottish. Down here and other places. But yeah, that's a pretty cool thing to go to the Ancestor Explorer. And that's in the apps section. You can check that out. And what did I want to do? Oh, people were talking about just how many Irish names they had. And I went through and I looked at mine. And I have 44 Irish surnames in my family line. And people were listing those. So if you really want to check those out, go and look and see them and make sure you vote those answers up. And that's the question of the week. Kind of a short one this week because there were so many answers. I can't cover them all.
It was too overwhelming.
It is. It was. I was overwhelmed.
Yeah, very impressive. That's a nice app that you have there, putting together all those surnames.
Isn't that a beautiful app? I designed this cool little widget thingy.
You did.
And my good friend Greg turned it into this impressive application. Look at that. And what the really cool thing is, we can go to one of my Irish names and click on it, and it'll take me straight to the earliest known ancestor for that line.
That's cool.
Very cool.
And also, if somebody calls me or sends me an email and says, what are your surnames? I'm like, no, not doing that. Here, go to this link, and you see the link right here. It takes people straight to this list of surnames. Find what you want. Tell me what you find. Yeah, I've got lots.
Very
Kenny.
cool.
Anyway, there you go.
Cool.
Greg's the man.
Thank you. Wow. Well, actually, sticking with that theme, maybe I will.
Yes, dude. That was a great segue.
It's a nice segue. So I'm going to share my screen, which I should have actually prepared in advance instead of sitting around.
Looking at all the apps today.
Yes, that's right. Because I made a G2G post this week about a new app that I just created. And did I not share it? Wait a second. I thought I hit share. Thought I hit share. Share. Wait a second. Share. Browser cannot access your screen.
If I can turn back time.
What? Why can't it access my screen?
He keeps saying share. Sorry. I had to pull out my share impersonation.
That is weird. Okay, well.
Except I won't dress like Cher. I can't pull that off.
Okay. This is, we'll try this. It didn't want to. Oh no, it's not letting me share a screen. Yikes. Let me try not to. Oh.
We have come across a technical hiccup.
No, it says try capturing a different screen.
Make sure you click share on a model and not on a what? I just tried to share and it says my screen it was canceled.
Oh. Let me try to share my screen, see what happens. No.
Give us a link there, Greg, and we'll see if we can do it.
Oh, okay. There we go. The link is here. pka.php is the ending of that. Wow, that is weird.
I might have to close out and come back in, maybe.
Oh no.
I can't get to it. Okay. Don't I have that in my email somewhere though?
Yeah, I put it in the chat. You don't see it?
We can't copy it.
I can't
that's the thing.
Get it. I can't grab it. Which one of my emails?
Oh, try that. Oh, there we go.
Yay!
Oh,
Whew.
you're saved.
Okay.
Whew.
Wow, that was
the best 5 minutes of any live cast we've ever had.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was just riveting. Okay, so my new app is called the Earliest Known Ancestor Finder, and
oh yes, sorry,
yes, no problem. And when you go into, if you're already logged in on the WikiTree app, it automatically finds your name and then loads your earliest known ancestors. And what it does is it follows your paternal line, your father's 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 line, as far back as WikiTree has it recorded, and it follows your maternal line, your mother's 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 line, as far back as it's recorded, which correspond to your Y DNA and your mitochondrial DNA lines. And you notice it always says starting with the father of whoever the person is that's using it, and starting with the mother of. So even though women do not have Y DNA, because Y DNA is only passed on from father to son, but if you start at the father of any person, then that person will have Y DNA, obviously, because the fathers always carry the Y DNA. So that's why I've phrased it this way, so that those who are the pedants who like to always nitpick the fine details of every aspect, this is still technically correct, because it is the Y DNA of the direct male line of your family, starting at your father. Okay, I just thought I'd put that out there.
Is it on the apps page yet?
It is. I put it in the GGG post, and I haven't asked Jamie to put it in the apps page. I don't know whether she's put it there yet or not.
It's not.
But I can look, because in the help menu, there's a direct link to the WikiTree apps page. And I can see others that are there for mine, but not that one. There's the surnames generator. So this app here is the one that Mags used to create that list of surnames. So if you want to do that surname list in your own,
saves me so much time. Woo!
It's pretty cool. So the EKA, the Earliest Known Ancestor app, works basically the same way. If you're not logged in, so I'm going to be logged out. I'm going to log out here, and basically you'll get a page that looks like this, and it'll ask you to put in your WikiTree ID. So you can put in your WikiTree ID. Let me see. If I'm going to put in just someone different.
The title of the post for G2G is "New App to Find EKA Ancestors." Here we go. I'll post it. That's the
right.
Here you go.
Yeah. And there's a link to that also. But of course, if you can't get to the app, you can't find the link. But if you're in the app and you want to read that and you want to find out any comments or any other things, that's where you can go. So you put in your WikiTree ID, you click the button, it gives you a little scrolling. Then it actually happens pretty fast, so you don't see too many names before it gives you the final results. And one thing I've added is that it shows you your confidence level. So this one here, so Joseph Achille Marcoux who is actually my great grandfather on my mother's side. I've got DNA confirmation up to his level, and then from there on, I've got some confidence. And this one, I haven't personally done I haven't checked the records. I suspect they're there, but I haven't done that, so I haven't changed that from uncertain to confident. But
has Peter Roberts seen this yet?
I think I did show. I'm pretty sure he's seen it.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I know. I sent him a message about it. And then the same thing with the female line.
Great.
The female line goes further back because it goes all the way back to France, whereas my male line. Oh, no, wait a second. In my personal one, the female line goes further back than the male, because my personal line stops in Ireland at 1800. But because I chose my great grandfather, he has a French line on both sides, so he goes back to 1600 there.
And the other fun thing, if you scroll down, copy Wikitext to clipboard. So if you want to slip this into your profile,
that's exactly
absolutely just grab all the text. Click on it there, Greg.
I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to go to Joseph's profile here, and so there's the profile I've made for him. And so I'm going to add this list now to his profile. Scroll down. And so right before source, I'm going to make it the last part of the biography. So I just have to go edit, paste, or Control V or Command V on my Mac, actually. And there it is. It shows. So it pasted a whole bunch of gobbledygook, which looks like gobbledygook when you first paste it.
But it's pretty.
But it's
that way you don't have to worry about all the markup stuff.
Right, exactly. So I do all the markup for you. And then I'm just going to say added EKA list map.
You can never. Do you have performance anxiety?
No.
I can never type ever. Anyway,
I can make typos at 90 words per minute.
There you go. Let's see what it looks like.
Look at those big families, eh?
Woo.
Anyway, so now in the contents, there we have
earliest known ancestors.
I click on that, and there he is.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's the same sort of information. It's just formatted with Wiki as opposed to the HTML strip formatting. But again, all of these links will take you exactly to where you want to go.
That is so cool. And then it also has, if you have a website, you can copy the HTML as well.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, because let me go back to. Okay, here it's going to reclaim it again. When I first made the surnames app, someone said, well, that's great, but I don't want to put it on my WikiTree, but I've got a blog and I want to put it there. So that's why I created this copy HTML button. And so the same thing for the EKA. So there you go.
You're fun. You're a fun guy to have around.
Well, it's dangerous because then people say, well, what if we do this? And then, of course, my mind spins off. And
Ooh, shiny.
Shiny, exactly. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Anyways, another shiny thing that happened this week, though, is that we did get profiles of the week. So maybe I should start talking about those.
Oh, does it have to do with is it Irish themed as well?
It does.
No way.
Because the profile of the week is St. Patrick. And the theme is, which saint are you most closely connected to? So saints.
How saintly is everybody today?
How saintly is everybody? Well, I am actually fifth cousins to one of the saints, so that was pretty cool.
Now I have to go see. Let's see.
And I will reveal that mystery when we get to it. Though some of you may guess. Thank you, Betsy. Just a quick look over there. When someone calls you brilliant, you got to acknowledge it. That's very kind.
Just like.
So the first saint is Saint Patrick, from way back born in 351. Like that's really he was around for a long time. Patrick ap Calpurnius, actually born in Scotland. So did you know that he was actually born in Scotland, Sarah?
I did not.
Yes, it's kind of surprising actually, because you know a little bit about the myth of St. Patrick's and St. Patrick and driving the snakes out of Ireland and all that sort of stuff. But in real life, he was actually born in Scotland. And again, lovely long profile because there's just so much about St. Patrick. But the person who's put this one together, or people who put this together, have done a really nice job. So I'm not going to read it all to you, but his father was a deacon in the church. So he didn't come to religion just all on his own. He did grow up in a religious background. His father was a deacon. His grandfather was also a Celtic Christian priest. And when you go through it, it seems he wasn't really deep into the church when he was young, but then he was kidnapped by Irish pirates. So that's how he made it to Ireland the first time, because he was born in Scotland, captured by Irish pirates, and was taken there, worked for 6 years on the farm, learned the Irish language, customs, and history, and incorporated that, and is credited for devising the Celtic cross, which is a combination of the cross and the Celt of the earth symbol, the pagan symbol of the round. So that's a neat combination there. Eventually became a priest and then ordained as a bishop, and went back to serve in Ireland. And so he is the patron saint. And where is that here? He's the patron saint of, let me just, where did that show? Of our engineers, Ireland and Nigeria. So I'm curious, I didn't read, and maybe I just didn't read close enough, how the connection with Nigeria. So that's interesting. So if anyone knows that connection, that would be very cool. But let us move on. So
Yeah.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you, which is the 17th. Another fun fact, this is March 19th. And today is actually the feast of St. Joseph. Now, St. Joseph isn't one of these patrons, because this is St. Joseph, the husband of Mary. Woodworker, stepfather of Jesus, or adoptive father. I'm not sure what you would call foster father. Anyways, but little family history here. St. Patrick's Day is the 17th. St. Joseph's Day is the 19th. And the 21st, which is a nice arithmetic sequence, 17, 19, 21. The 21st was the day that my dad was born. And his name was Patrick Joseph Clark.
There you go.
That's how he was, and that's why he was named like that. So anyways, little piece of family history there. Moving on, the next saint, Tomaso d'Aquino, son of Landolfo d'Aquino and Teodora Caracciolo, or better known to English speakers as St. Thomas Aquinas. Born in Sicily and died in the Abbey of Fossa Nova as part of the Papal States. So he was a saint and a doctor of the church and a philosopher. Teacher, he taught in Cologne, Paris, Rome, and Naples, also called Dr. Angelicus, because a lot of his philosophy work actually dealt with the theology of angels. His father was a knight in the service of the emperor, and his family wanted him to become an abbot in an abbey, but he wanted to become a monk. So, which I thought were sort of close to the same thing, but I guess one is more serving at the other, and the family didn't like that. They tried to prevent him from becoming a monk by kidnapping him. Like that's these saints, they're being captured by pirates. They're being kidnapped by their own family. Man,
back in the day, you had to work hard to be a saint.
The things you had to go through. Anyways, and he was, but he became, he studied philosophy a lot, and in fact, if you do want to become a priest today, you actually have to get a university degree. And philosophy, Aquinas, a lot of the philosophy that was based on St. Thomas Aquinas is some of the stuff that you have to study. So he's a pillar of the church, very important saint in that regard. And then we have Blessed Brother Alfred Bessette, or Frere Andre, as his name, as he's known as. So Andre Bessette, more commonly known as Brother Andre, and since his canonization as Saint Andre of Montreal, was a lay brother of the Congregation of the Holy Cross and a significant figure of the Roman Catholic Church among French Canadians. So he's actually my fifth cousin 4 times removed. So he's the closest one here. So that would be my great grandfather would have been 5th cousins with him. So that's pretty cool. He was declared venerable and then beatified. There's sort of 3 stages these people go through the progression to becoming a full saint. They're venerable, if they're kind of holy, I guess. Then they're deemed blessed. So he was blessed Blessed Brother Andre for the longest time. And then the final one, it was in October of 2010 when he became a full saint.
Yeah, I was just looking up how you become a saint. I'll just look that up. What are the steps on becoming a saint?
Yeah. And then there's studies and groups that, you know, declare, you know, they have to have 3 miracles. Unless you watch, I don't know if any of you are fans of Saturday Night Live, but there was a sketch in the 80s when they had a guest who was playing the role of Father Guido Sarducci, was talking about, and they just wave the 3rd miracle. Just wave the 3rd miracle. So I don't know. I'm not saying that they waved his 3rd miracle. Just talking about how to become a saint. Next one, Annosiord Brandsma from the Netherlands. Son of Titus, Brandsma, and Tietja Postma. I'm not Dutch, so I'm not sure if I pronounced that close or not. But he was a Dutch Carmelite friar, Catholic priest, and professor of philosophy, beatified in 1985 by Pope John Paul II. And in the end, the Vatican announced that Pope Francis I decreed advancements towards sainthood, and that he will become, so when it says beatified, that means he was given the title of blessed. So remember, there's the 3 stages. So that's that 2nd stage. So right now he's known as Blessed Titus. But then as of May of this year, he will be canonized and will be known as Saint Titus.
So he's not a saint yet, but
he's not a saint, but he's almost there.
He's almost there. He has a month and a half left.
Saint.
What's that?
He's a wannabe saint.
He's a wannabe saint. He's blessed, and he's very close to becoming a saint. So he spoke. The impressive thing in his biography is that he spoke out against the Nazis and encouraged Catholic newspapers to refuse to publish Nazi propaganda. And eventually he was captured and sent to a concentration camp, a couple different concentration camps, and then was killed in Dachau by lethal injection in 1942. But he always prayed for those, his oppressors. He told the nurse who gave him the injection that he would pray for her, and he gave her a rosary. Like, that's pretty, you know, when you're at that end, it's amazing if you keep that positive face, you know. And he was even hopeful that God bless the Netherlands and God bless Germany. May God grant these 2 peoples to return to the path of peace and freedom, and to recognize his glory for the good that these 2 nations are so close. That is a sentiment that I think we could do well with today.
Yes, we could.
Yeah. So pray for us, Saint Titus, Blessed Titus, I guess. And we have Catherine Marie Drexel, born in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, U.S. saint, daughter of Francis Anthony Drexel and Hannah Jane Langsworth. She was known as Mother Catherine Mary Drexel and the founder of the Catholic Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament. So, and she was beatified, so she became blessed in 1988, and then canonized and declared a saint on October 1st, 2000 by John Paul II. She's the patron saint of racial justice and philanthropists. Very nice.
Her feast day was March 3rd.
Yes, just recently. Yeah, I think there was another one that was in March as well. But yeah, nice. Anyways, and then it talks about the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament that she founded and stuff. So very, very neat. Moving on, Isaac Jogues. Son of Laurent Jogues and Francois de Saint-Mémin. So he was born in France, in Orléans, France, and he became a Jesuit. And he was one of the North American martyrs. And so his biography is totally in French. He was
Sum it up for us, Greg.
What's that?
Sum it up. Look,
Sum it up for you? You don't want me to read it to you? Yeah.
I can see that he was canonized on June 29th, 1930. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. There you go.
I guessed that word.
7 of his companion martyrs. So I could name a bunch of them before. Gabriel Alemant, there was Jean, oh, now I'm freezing. But anyways, was it Daniel? There was, anyways. So he was a Jesuit, and he was sent to preach to the Hurons and then the Iroquois. Actually, it was the Hurons he would preach for, but that was captured by the Iroquois, and then along with some of the other ones, they were tortured and killed. But anyways, there's the profile is very detailed and well done, but I'm not going to translate it bit by bit. But he's very the Canadian Martyrs are very from where I live, it's only about an hour and a bit to the Martyrs Shrine, which is a giant church in Midland, Ontario. And they ran right across from that is the village of St. Marie among the Hurons, which was one of the villages where they worked with the priests all worked. And so they recreated that, so you can sort of go back in time and visit it and what it was like at that time. So it's quite interesting. And in fact, my parents in the house had this exact painting. I remember that being there. Moving on, Raymond Colby, or Maximilian Colby, as he's more commonly known as, was born the 8th of January, 1894 in Stanska Wola, which is Poland, right? Yeah, Polska. His mother was Mariana Dabrowska, and his father was Julius Colby. His mother was Polish, his father was German. During the Second World War, one half of Poland was occupied by Germany and the other half by Russia. The German Nazis brought Maximilian Kolbe to the concentration camp of Auschwitz. He arrived in 1941, was registered and they gave him his prisoner number. One prisoner escaped. For that reason, the German Nazis punished 10 other prisoners with starvation. Maximilian Kolbe asked to die instead of one of those 10 prisoners. After 2 weeks, he got a deadly injection. So he basically offered his own life on behalf of someone else. And so since then, he was beatified and then canonized.
There was a movie about him?
I think there is. I don't know what the name of it is.
It says that there's a link at the bottom there. See movie.
Oh, there's a movie. There we go. Hello.
That's the reason I mentioned it.
So if I click that link.
What's the... Oh, it's not really a movie. It's just
it's a movie on Catholic.org.
Well, that was an
actual
movie.
Oh no!
It's a YouTube video.
Yeah. Then we have Marie-Françoise Teresma Martin, or Sœur Thérèse de l'Enfant Jésus de la Sainte Face. Saint Teresa of the Infant Jesus of the Holy Face, or the Holy Face of Jesus. There's Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus and the Holy Face. Discalced Carmelite nun. She was also known as Thérèse, was born in Rue Saint-Blaise, Alençon, or in France. The ninth and last child. Oh my goodness. Another large family. Youngest of 5 girls. She learned her lessons and she began school at the Benedictine convent. And then she became a Carmelite, received her religious name, and made a profession, took vows of poverty, but then contracted tuberculosis and suffered deeply for the last 18 months of her life. That's very sad. She died of tuberculosis on September 30th, 1897, at the age of 24. So she wrote a very large number of books about Saint Teresa, and she's quite beloved, actually.
I'm learning so much I didn't know before about these. how to become a saint.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
you think you have a shot, Sarah?
Huh?
Do you think you have a shot at becoming a saint?
Saint Sarah, I can see it now.
Saint Sarah, yes. Saint Sarah of WikiTree. Maria Helen, Saint Mary of the Cross, MacKillop. Born in New South Wales. I love it when we have an Australian or a New Zealand or like a down under connection somewhere. So this is nice. Mary Helen MacKillop, RSJ, also known as St. Mary of the Cross MacKillop, is the only Australian to be recognized by the Catholic Church as a saint. Now, surely there are more saintly people in Australia. Just the church is a little slow at recognizing that. Mary and the Reverend Julian Tennyson Woods founded the Sisters of St. Joseph of the Sacred Heart, a congregation of religious sisters who established a number of schools and welfare institutions throughout Australia. On the 17th of July, 2008, Pope Benedict XVI prayed at her tomb. He approved the Catholic Church recognition of a second miracle attributed to her intercession, and was canonized in October 2010 during a public ceremony in St. Peter's Square. She was born in New South Wales. She was always known as Mary. And then it goes on about more of the details of her life and stuff. So very interesting. And the last one is Elizabeth Seton, an American saint born in New York City in 1774, daughter of Richard Bailey and Catherine Charlton. Saint Elizabeth Ann Seton was the first person born in what would become the United States to be canonized and recognized as a saint by the Roman Catholic Church. So there's their first American saint. Elizabeth Ann Bailey was born in New York City. We talked about that. She was fluent in French, always like that, an avid horsewoman, and a talented musician.
You think she rode side saddle or?
My guess back then is she probably did have to. Probably wouldn't be saintly to not ride side saddle.
Probably.
So she started the first religious order in the United States, the Sisters of Charity of St. Joseph. Months after beginning, she was now called Mother Seton, and she and her sisters moved to an order to a poor parish and began offering free education to the poor children there. And then the order grew swiftly. Continued her work until her death. She devoted much of her life to charity for the poor, which is often a common theme among saints. So there you have it. That's the
oh my God, it's not even 11 o'clock yet.
I know. The saints helped me get through it quickly.
Now everybody knows all about the saints and how to become a saint. Now everybody's goal is to
become a saint. Kiki is going to be Saint Kiki.
Saint Kiki. And now we have the photos of the week. The photos of the week.
Yay!
They don't follow the same theme of
the
question and the
kinda. What's your job?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's a profession. I guess being a saint is a profession. So the theme is profession. So we'll see.
Okay.
Let's go. I also know Mags had sneaked in a photo that has something for me. Okay, so profession. I have about 19 photos to look at. So this one, C.A. Lovelace Sr. on left, owner of the Muskogee Auto Accessory Company.
Yeah, I'm used to
little
saying
kid
Muskogee, but Muskogee. That's a crazy name.
That's a good picture, though. Like, quality is pretty good. And that kid.
Can you smell the oil?
Fresh oil.
Fresh oil, machine oil.
Yeah.
Chemical Engine Company 10 in front of their quarters. Some firefighters. In Roxbury, Massachusetts, 1918.
Nice.
Then we have Douglas Porter.
Was he a porter?
On board ship. I guess he was I don't know if he was a captain or... So 1928. Does it say it? Nope, it doesn't say what. Maybe the G2G post might have a little bit about Douglas Porter. Oh, look, we have a doctor.
We have an OBGYN.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, what is he listening to? And then I realized it's a baby.
It's a baby.
Yeah.
Listening to the baby. Don't quite know. Not 100% sure on this one. Looks like they're eating something. Maybe they're on a farm or some kind of.
Yep.
What was the caption? Was Pauze auf dem Bauch, right? So it's like a coffee break or something.
Yeah. I wonder what. Oh, it's by Dieter. Dieter uploaded this one. Dieter, you have to give more information.
His grandfather's in the picture, I think.
Ooh, some Russian sailors.
Halifax Harbor pilots.
And unknown Russian sailors. Thomas Hayes, and they look like they're very cold. That looks like snow.
No.
Snow. They're cold.
That was a Pauze auf dem Bauch.
Yeah, that's intense.
Yeah, that was a break on the construction site.
Wow.
So Sarah, that last one from Dieter, that was it translated to break on the construction site or building.
Okay, yeah. Look behind them; it kind of looked like concrete or something.
Yeah.
So, oh look, on a tractor. Look at her go.
Wow, very cool.
She don't need no man to do her farm work for her.
Don't need no man.
In Kentucky, 1952.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nurse for newborn in 1911.
Oh.
Florence Pritchard.
Getting some fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
Constitutional.
Batter up.
Huh?
Batter up.
Oh, yeah. Coal mine baseball team. Are they called the Kathleens? Oh, yeah, the Kathleen coal mine.
Kathleen. And they even have Kathleen on their jerseys.
I guess it's the name of their coal mine, I'm assuming, in Illinois.
Is there a Kathleen, Illinois? Is that a place?
I don't know, or maybe it's just the name of the company. I'm not sure. Guess what do... some milk and cream.
Ooh.
Bernard and Arthur McLean. That name sounds Irish. McLean. From Oregon, 1922. Florence at work in Indiana. So, wonder what her, maybe receptionist? Not sure.
Executive assistant.
There we go. I didn't say secretary. I said receptionist. Turnover of Allenstein, 1921. What is that? Not sure. Anybody know what that turnover of Allenstein?
Are they transferring power from one person to another, or?
Not sure. Allenstein, the Polish Teutonic Wars. There you go. There was a siege.
Oh.
No, that was in the 1500s.
Yeah, so that's.
Must be a commemorative thing.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I found the Kathleen Mines, by the way, was a mine in Dowell, Illinois, which is in the southern part of the state of Illinois. A Kathleen coal mine from before.
Bye, John.
Bye.
We have a rocket scientist from St. Petersburg, Florida. He was, this was at his retirement. He retired from being a rocket scientist. Jamestown Glass House. Oh, Jamestown, Virginia. I think I'm going there in May. I guess I'll see that. My parents are taking me on a trip.
An educational trip to see a blacksmith.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Jamestown because my dad's family's from Virginia, so it's kind of like a kind of genealogy trip too.
Woo! Graveyards?
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna go to a couple cemeteries. It's gonna be
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And
you have a nurse by Janine.
Hey, Janine. Shirley Ann Williams Eiselman.
Mm. Salesman. Looks like they work a little store.
Nice.
Look, it looks like there's like paint behind them, or an auto shop.
It says paint
or maybe
salesman.
Those are
So
beans. I don't know. Hands. I can't tell.
Paint.
Does look like paint. That's what I thought. Lindsay Finishes Incorporated. So yeah, probably paint. That's the name of their shop. Oh, teacher in her class.
Doris Thompson.
Mm-hmm. And
that looks like my grade 1 picture.
It's in British
like
Columbia.
first graders or second graders.
Look for Greg. See if he's in there.
Oh man.
Look from 19.
Were you photobombing pictures to other people?
Oh, I don't know. The guy in the top in the middle, I have a picture that's almost identical to that. Oh, I was so
Greg.
goofy looking.
I kind of figured you'd have been the one in the bow tie.
No, never that classy.
There's 3 bow ties.
There's a couple bow ties. Yeah. A baptism.
Nice.
So I guess he could be a saint.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe he was canonized.
Bow ties are cool.
Oh look, this is the one I was talking about. There's a dog.
The dog's name is Major.
Major. It would be a fighter pilot. So this is before.
So that's my dad on the far right there. I asked him who the guy in the middle is, and he has no idea who he is.
No way.
But the dog's name is Major, and that was people back in the early 30s. They got these little flying outfits for their kids, and my dad had the whole get up with the goggles and everything. Wow. That was a wannabe fighter pilot.
That's cute.
Oh.
He became an architect.
Oh.
That's funny. He doesn't know who the guy in the middle is.
So it's
I mean,
not,
he was that
not
young.
A brother or cousin?
No, he doesn't look like anybody in our family.
Could have just been like a neighborhood kid. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the G2G post now. See if there's any photos there.
Janine said something in the chat there about that picture.
About what?
Oopsie. So
that one? She was a LPN at mostly nursing homes. Oh, that's good. Okay, so this one. Oh, yeah, it does say it's an obstetrician, so it'd be GYN, who was in solo practice and delivered 13,000 souls into the world. Wow. That's a lot of babies, like Rob said.
Holy Lipton.
Okay, so it it says bricklayer. Mm-hmm. The man on the far right is my father-in-law.
Oh, not grandfather.
The photo that is many of the bricklayers have beer bottles in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
And one small shot glass. You know, they really enjoyed their breaks.
Well, it's Germany.
Yeah.
What is this? I don't remember this one. Was this before? Was this one?
Oh, look. Okay, so this is the Family Temperance Pledge. By the help of God, the undersigned solemnly promise to abstain from the use of all intoxicating drinks as a beverage. And only one person signed it out of the whole family.
They weren't at the construction site, obviously.
No, they were not. Have any of you seen anything like this before?
No, ma'am.
Seen something like Joyce uploaded that one. Look, it's the cold sailors.
Great grandfather Thomas I. Hayes, third from the left.
Harbor pilot in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Which would not be an easy job this time of year.
No.
Yeah. And my great aunt told my brother that the other men were Russian sailors that he met in the course of his duties, and they were none too happy to experience a Canadian winter.
You know, Ottawa is the coldest national capital in the world. Do you know that?
I believe it. It is very cold and windy.
Snowy.
And snowy.
And snowy. Let's see. Oh, we didn't see this one. So he was a Suez Canal pilot. He served with the British Merchant Navy from the early 1930s and about the beginning of World War II. He guided ships through the canal. He lived in Egypt for a bit. And yeah, that's cool.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wilfred Francis Ross. Oh, look, this one. My great-grandmother lived from 1912 to 1992. She married at the age of 16 to a man who was 52 years old and had 11 children.
Oh,
older than she was. Wow.
Oh no.
Wow. They had one child together.
Reykjavik, actually.
This is why she was able to just be on her own. They had one child together, and 3 years later, he had a stroke and was unable to care for himself.
Oh no!
Oh my lord!
Yeah, so she was stuck running the farm. So she don't need no man. She did.
And his other children, no help.
Yeah, At least most of the other kids were older, so she just had to take care of her one kid and him. It looks like so.
Wow.
And she did hog killing time too.
Can you imagine how stout and sturdy she must have been?
Wow.
I have the nurse.
Oh, we didn't see
she's a
that one
candidate for
before.
sainthood.
We did see this one.
We saw a different nurse.
No, we saw this one.
We saw that one.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, outside giving the baby fresh air.
Owen Sound, I think it said.
What did it say?
I think it said Owen Sound. Did I read that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Owen Sound, Ontario, Canada. Okay, so this one, Douglas Porter worked as a ship's engineer. There we go. So the Boston Fire Department, John Hogan, he served with them for 44 years.
And look at that Irish surname, Dorothy O'Hare. We have the baseball team. Oh, we didn't see this one. Her great-grandfather, Laufdi de Maine, was lieutenant police officer in Egypt, likely in Alexandria. Cool. We have Arthur McLean and their milk. They had to. 1918, they purchased a 50-acre farm. They were able. The arrival of a condenser area in the town allowed the farmers to sell their milk whole without separating the cream.
Yeah, we had to do that. I remember that.
So she worked at RCA manufacturing plant in Indianapolis. She started as a secretary and later worked in the factory itself. Okay, so this one. So turnover by the Allied Commission of the District of Allenstein to the German government in 1920, following the plebiscite in which the population voted to be part of Germany. My great-grandfather Matthias von Oppen, a lawyer then, serving as that word, Rugen Brunstart, I'm not even going to try that, is the tall gentleman holding the paper accepting the turnover.
That's a beautiful picture to have in a family history album. Absolutely.
Oh, we have the rocket scientist.
I don't see
a pocket protector.
It's funny. Williamsburg, Virginia. The glass house.
Hey, Jory Jordan just
showed us. Oh, we're running out of time, guys. Oh, we didn't see this one though.
It's not my fault.
So this is Captain Frank Louis Weinheimer, shipmaster on the Great Lakes.
Nice.
The teacher Let's say what she had grades 3 to 6 on the top floor.
BC.
And then my mother, okay, it's her, had the next door annex building to herself, complete with every grade 1 and 2 students for the next 20 years. John Thompson. Oh, we have one more page. Somebody
read that one there. Go ahead, read it.
No. No. He was a captain of the railway connection ship. And that's the last one. Okay. That is all of the, those were some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing.
Let me look at the G to G real quick and see what we have for the WikiTree Challenge 7. Elizabeth Grayson from Highlander.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Challenge 7, Jimmy Fadden from the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. We have started. The Elizabeth Grayson is, you can register for that. So check out the G to G feed. There we go. And right below that is the WikiTree livecast for today. Yay. Thank you, Tommy Buck, for getting that posted for us. That's very nice of you. Oh, Ryan says, no, go ahead. Go on. He's not in a rush. It's rainy. Rainy everywhere.
Well, it's 1 minute past. Unless we have, if there's anything else.
If there's not,
I can't think of
I'm
anything.
going to play some music.
We can just leave.
Is there a thon coming up?